In today's Leeds news, Gnonto departure expected, Calvin Ramsey move, Leeds open to Cresswell offer, Ryan Giles inquiry made, and Rangers and Celtic open Gelhardt talks. Morning folks, Jer here on the 19th of January, 13 days left in the transfer window. We move in to a week and a bit left of the transfer window. Take the weekend out of it. By Monday it'll be right into squeaky bum time with this and having to get some deals done. Just update you on a couple of bits and pieces. We did a live stream last night with Andrew Dalton aka LUFC Stats on Twitter with previewing the game against Preston this weekend. It's available on the channel. We did it as a live stream instead of a video. It's about 30 minutes long. You can check that out if you want to. Also the one a week, I normally do it on a Wednesday, but I forgot this week, so that's Friday. If you do like the channel, if you want to support me and help this channel to grow and keep me doing this, you can do so by subscribing to the channel, liking the videos or sharing them around. Right, let's crack on and get into this. Updating you on a couple of transfers that Leeds had been linked with. Josh Doig was linked yesterday with a move to Leeds again after his move to Olympique Marseille was called off. Now appears that player is heading towards Sassuolo in Italy, although Aston Villa are said to be interested in making a late move to try and hijack that for the player as well, but it looks like Josh Doig will be heading elsewhere. In terms of Leeds, we'll crack on, we'll get into this. And yesterday West Ham were linked with a move for Wilfred Gnonto, although that report from Sasha Tavaleri was an exclusive. It now seems to possibly be slightly wide of the mark. Not completely. It's not completely ruled out. It's reports coming from Belgium are basically saying that Leeds have softened their approach on the Willy Gnonto situation and he is expected to leave Leeds in this window. West Ham are quoted as being interested in Jack Clark and Morgan Whittaker from Plymouth and have some loose interest in Willy Gnonto. Everton are said to be still very, very interested in bringing in the player. Although if you look at the information around 7-7 partners there who are buying out Everton, their financial situation actually isn't great. The clubs they're involved in around Europe, it's not a good story. That might make that tough for them. Also, the fact of a possible additional 10-point penalty deduction for Everton might make that move out of everybody's reach to actually do. 10 International has only scored once this season, 21 appearances, although the bulk of those appearances have come off the bench. He's a player that is struggling for a little bit of form and has really struggled to make an impact this season. And a lot of that is down to the fact of not getting a run of games in the team, and that can be the same for everybody. Leeds in general have struggled with impact from players off the bench, so it's been an interesting one. I think a lot of fans are starting to soften on the approach with Willy Gnonto as well. We haven't seen the impact this year we expected to see just yet. He might stay, he might do it, you never know. But it now appears that Leeds have softened their approach on the player and he is expected to leave in this window. Speaking about players that could potentially come in, yesterday we mentioned Calvin Ramsey briefly, but now according to the Daily Mail, who've had the inside scoop on a lot of Leeds stuff over this season and definitely since the 49ers came in, they are saying that Leeds are ready to sanction a loan move for Liverpool right back Calvin Ramsey. Ramsey was on loan this season at Preston, although it was a short loan. That loan was cancelled and he's returned to Liverpool. Liverpool cancelled that and it now looks like the player could be set to go back out on loan again. Journalist Simon Jones on this had said that Ramsey is one player that Leeds are very keen to keep an eye on, so watch out for this one. The Scottish international was branded as a brilliant player by Andy Robertson in the past, has struggled with some injuries but seems to have gotten over them now, and he was linked with Leeds before, and former director of football Victor Orta was said to be very keen on bringing the player in back in 2022. There is now a new possibility that Leeds will make a move for that player before the window closes. Potential moves away, and we've heard an awful lot about this, but Charlie Cresswell is a topic, and before anybody says it in the chat, there's no agenda from me with Daniel Farke or Charlie Cresswell. I'm just pointing out what's there and giving my own opinion every now and then. I think it's a mistake to sell a young player on a 5-year contract. I think you should just loan him out. Managers come and go. You never know what will happen with a new manager. That's my personal take on it, right? Anyway, it emerged this week that Leeds have rejected several offers for the player. One loan offer coming from Millwall, as Leeds now look like they are not in a situation where they want to loan the player out, and a permanent exit is what Leeds are looking for. Reports are now claiming that Leeds will look to sell Charlie Cresswell in this window, with a fee of £5 million being touted. It's also said that the £5 million fee that Leeds have put on the player's head has yet to be reached by any club. In fact, it goes further to say that no one has got near Leeds' asking price for the player. The butting of heads between Charlie Cresswell and Daniel Farke seems to be the main reason for this player moving out. A disagreement on focus or attitude, or whatever way you want to phrase it. There seems to be and his dad posting stuff on social media definitely hasn't helped the situation here as well. So it now looks like Charlie Cresswell could leave Leeds permanently due to a falling out with the management situation there. So keep an eye on that one as well. We'll let you know when anything happens, but at the moment Leeds are not looking to loan the player out. It will be a permanent sale of the player if he is to go. On players coming in, Ryan Giles, Enquiry. He's been popping up an awful lot over the last couple of weeks. Ryan Giles, he's popped up again. According to reports, Leeds have already made a move for Luton Town fullback Ryan Giles. Giles has only started 5 of his 11 appearances so far this season, and has said as well himself to be keen on a move to Leeds if that move could be done. He's a very good player at this level especially. It would be good for Leeds to get that kind of player in. Leeds definitely need to get more balance there. The reason for Ryan Giles is, again, Leeds are struggling with the possibility of injuries around Junior Firpo and Sam Byram. So we'll have to keep an eye on that situation as well. And then moving into the final story of the day, Joe Gelhardt was linked with a couple of clubs already this month. It went a little bit quiet and now seems to be heating back up again. And according to Dean Jones from Give Me Sport, Celtic and Rangers have both opened talks with Leeds about a possible move for striker Joe Gelhardt. In the report, it doesn't state whether the clubs have gone for a loan move for the player or a permanent move for the player. But Gelhardt has really struggled for minutes this season due to a couple of reasons. Lots of little small niggly injuries that have been stopping every opportunity he seems to have had when there's a vacancy in the team and he could get in. He seems to pick up these small little knocks that keep him out for a week or two, and really have stopped his momentum this season. Also, dropping form as well means that he has really kind of struggled to make any kind of an impact. He's a good player, Joffrey. I think we'd all like to see the form we saw 2 years ago from the player come back again, but that remains to be seen whether that's there. However, Jones does say that a move like this to a team like Celtic and Rangers, who, let's be honest about it, will be far clear of everybody else in the Scottish Premier League, would give him the confidence, and playing in those kind of sides would give him confidence again to reignite his career and get moving again, which would be great to see for Joffrey and everybody else. There's a bit in this. We'll have to wait and see what's said in the press conference today about players. I'm sure Daniel Farke will be asked about it. I'm sure he'll probably not want to talk about it, but maybe he'll give us something today. He did mention after the last match that Leeds might have some news within 24 hours. That didn't happen. Be curious to see what the situation was there as well, but we'll have to wait and see. If anybody dares ask a question about Charlie Cresswell, best of luck to any journalist who tries that one. We'll have to wait and see. Will he Gnonto? I'm assuming that kind of question will bug him as well, so we'll have to see what is said and what the reactions are like in the press conference if anybody goes near the January conversations. But we are on the 19th of January now. We're running out of time. There's 2 weeks left and Leeds still have some holes they need to fill, although be it putting Jorginho Rutter into the number 10 means they probably have less positions they need to fill than they did before the window opened. That's going to be it for me today, folks. I will be back on Monday morning with your Leeds United news. Have a great weekend. Fingers crossed for 3 points on Sunday, and I'll talk to you then. See ya. Bye.